guys, welcome to my second video. Today in this video I'll be introducing you guys to the graphics.h library. So from scratch, let's start from scratch. So first of all, open your ID, be it whatever your ID is. Then you guys want to create a new project. So new and project. And remember guys, really important, select a console graphics application, otherwise you will not be given access to your graphic drivers, etc, etc. So this is the most important thing to work on over here. And anything I'll just put as VV, and it's a C++. And remember to save it wherever you guys just save it over here. Okay, so now, and remember to make this a 32-bit release, always, irrespective of whether you have a 64-bit or a 32-bit computer. So let's start off with the code as of now. So let's start off by just including your graphics.header file. Now I'm going to be writing all my functions in my main program. So just follow me for like 2 minutes. In the next statement I'll tell you why I'll be declaring two integer variables as such. So first one is GD, which stands for graphic driver. I'll tell you what this detect keyword does as well. And another GM which tells you about which graphic mode you're supposed to use. So for my first and most basic function which I'll be starting off with is init graph. So what init graph does is it initializes your graph or initializes your graphics function on your C++ window. So let us dive into the details of this. So it basically has three parameters as shown over here: the graph driver, the graph mode, and the path driver. So the graph driver, and remember all of them are pointers, so you'll have to give them as you'll have to, while entering it in your argument section, you'll have to enter them as either pointers or references. So the first is init graph driver, which I have mentioned as GD over here. So there are different graph drivers or graphic drivers on your computer. Unless you're aware or totally have knowledge about them, it's best to use detect, because this will automatically detect which graphics driver you're supposed to use, etc. And next is your graphics mode. So even over here, unless you're aware of what you're doing or you have knowledge about your different graphic modes, just put the reference to my and GM variable over here. And doing this would automatically select the best resolution for my PC. So the compiler would do it all by itself. And the last one is my part2 driver. Unless you're using or saving your files in a different location other than your place where you have installed your C++ or any IDE, you will have to enter the path. Otherwise, you're good with just entering this. So let's dive into the first function. The first function will be line. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So it shows over here x, y, x2, y2. So what this tells us is xy indices of the starting point and my xy indices of my ending point. So let me just give it as 10, 10, 100, 100. And just remember to give a delay of any particular amount of time, else my graphics screen will just switch off. So I'm just giving a delay for this. So save your file and let's execute it now. So yeah, cool. So this shows us our line. So the next function is rectangle, which is again pretty self-explanatory. So there are four arguments: left, top, right, and bottom. So the first arguments tell us the x and y indices of your top left corner, and the last two arguments tell you the x and y indices of your bottom right corner. So let me just give 100. So let's just see how this works. Perfect. Of course, you guys would want to introduce or put colors or set colors. So here is just a basic, again, a self-explanatory function, set color. And over here, either you can enter the integers, they have particular integers specified for each color, or just enter the color you like, but all in caps. These are already predefined. So let's just see how this works. So perfect, and your black color, sorry, your blue color square. So now I'll be telling you guys how to fill colors into your shapes. So first of all, this has two functions or two commands. First is set fill style. So set fill style is just basic. You can select which particular pattern you want and which color you would want to be filling it with. So pattern, it ranges from 0 to 10. You can just check them out anywhere online. So I'll be using 1. 1 stands for solid fill. So it fills the entire shape. So 1, and my color, I'll be choosing red. And now comes the next one. This is important, guys, listen. So int x and y coordinates tell us from where it will be filling, and int border is the color. So basically, now you guys know I have a square. So if I put xy as any coordinates within the square, and I give my int border is blue, so it will fill the entire space until it finds blue borders around. I think it will be better explanatory once I do it. So my rectangle is from 100, so I'll try giving it a 300 and 300. So let's try that. And remember, the color is blue cause my borders are blue. So let's see how this works. Perfect. So this is what we wanted. So what I did was I entered a value of x and y over here. So, and by entering this and putting my border as blue, so it fills all the places around it until the blue border is found. Another function is how to draw a circle. So this also has just the basic self-explanatory code. So circle, and your arguments are x, y, and radius. So x and y is the center of the circle, and radius tells you the radius of the circle. So let's just try this out. I'll give the center as 400, 400. And let me give a radius of 300. So let's check how this works out. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And remember, cause we did use the flood fill command, it's filled with the red color. The next function will be to put text on your graphics window. So this has again a basic command, text style. So yeah, so 3 arguments: font, direction, character size. So font again range from 0 to I think 20 or 25. So you can try different, so they are bold, italics, etc. Direction, you have 0 to 3. So you either can be straight, vertical, horizontal, or any. So I'll just go with, so I'll set text style to 1 and put direction as 4 and put my character size is about 10. Now to put your text on the output, there's another command, out text xy. And it also has 3 arguments. It's self-explanatory, x, y, which tell me the x and y axis, or basically the row and column till which my text can extend. And cat text string would be my string, which I'll be entering. So let me give this as 500, 50, and let me give my string as frat news. So let's check how this. So you've got your text over here. You can again change your text style as per your wish. So done with all the basic functions. So now let's start off on how I want to create my end product. So my end product is this, which I really want to create with these text over here. So basically basic. So I need rectangles. and I'll need lines in between them, which is much more sensible than drawing each rectangle every time. And these texts over here, which are pretty basic. So let's start off with the design of this maze. So let's start off with just drawing the outline of this. So basically the frame of this. So I'll consider this point to be 200, 200, and I'll consider this point to be 600, 600. So let's see how the code goes for this. So I've already typed the code in here. You can pause the video at any time and check the code. So I have entered rat maze, and then I have set my color to 2, which is green, and I've created a rectangle at 200, 200, 600, 600. Now comes the lines. You can do rectangles as well, but it's just not sensible to make like, so if it's 8, it's 8, so 8 cross 8, 64 rectangles will be fine. So I'll just draw horizontal lines and vertical lines to make my matrix or a maze type of figure. So you can just pause the code, pause the video and look at the code at any time. So I'll execute it for you guys. And yeah, this is how we want it, and that's how it looks. Now what I want to do is I want to mark this point over here and this point over here to be yellow. So it basically indicates the start and the end point. So let's see how to do it. So I've set my fill style as 1. 1 means solid color, and yellow is the color which I want to fill, and flat fill 225, 225, 2, which corresponds to my first rectangle or first box in my maze. So that'll be filled with yellow color, and 2 represents green because it has to fill in all the boundaries until all the boundaries are green. So this is 2, and similarly this will be for the last destination rectangle or the destination point on my maze. So let's just run this and see how this sounds. Yeah, perfect, these 2. And the blue dots will be put in as per my array as I told you in the first video. So my array will tell me where I can enter, or the obstacle, or the points on the maze which have obstacles and the points on the maze which do not have obstacles. So in the next video, I'll be introducing you guys to what a stack is and how I can use stack to get a solution to this particular problem. And at the end of this playlist, I'll be uploading my code. You guys can just check it. Thank you.